So good evening, everybody. My name is Lion Winster from New Jersey. I am your GAT area leader for Area 1F, and you will learn what is 1F in a minute. With me tonight is past District Governor Don Rice Norton, who is our Vice Area Leader, and also our Area Membership Advisor, PDG, and Board Appointee Lion Daniel Money Elkins. And tonight, we're going to have a group. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about who we are, 1F. And remember, F is for fun. So this is who we are. Our area is all the way starting from Washington, D.C., going all the way north to Maine, plus one club in Canada. Don't ask me why we have one club in Canada. I'm still trying to figure it out, but we do have one club in Canada. So that makes us a truly international area, believe it or not. So that's who we are. In our area, we have 32 districts. We have around 1,400 clubs. And by the end of this year, we're going to be 1,439 clubs in this area, and we have 39,590 members, around that number in our area. And without further ado, we're going to turn over to our presenter. Some of you might know him, some of you might not, but you will know him very well. Our presenter tonight is my dear friend from the great state of Delaware, even though somebody put him down as Maryland Lion one time. Our friend from Delaware, 22D, past district governor and board appointee to Lions Club International Board, Lion Daniel Money Elkins, who will be presenting for us our new member orientation. Lion Daniel, the floor is yours.
Hello, Lions. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you here this evening. And we're going to get right down to it. And this will be a new member orientation that is being recorded so you can share with other new members and reuse this time and time again. We are going to get into the very core of who we are as Lions. And just to give you an overview of what we will be talking about today. We will be talking about the new member orientation in four sort of sections: who Lions are, your club, the district and multiple district, and then Lions International in and of itself. So let's begin that process. Who are we as Lions? If you are going to join an organization, it is important to understand at its very core who that organization is. It's how we stay Lions for longer than a year, for 2 years. We become aware of who we are as Lions. And I recently heard someone discussing the difference between how many members your club has versus how many Lions your club has. Because there are people who have joined the association, but they have not yet learned who they are. They may not have had that aha moment that we talk about, or they may just not have had the chance to have a new member orientation like this. So we're going to start out right from the very start and talk about who we are as Lions. We serve. There are more than 1.6 million lions and Leos serving in more than 200 countries and geographic areas around the world, bringing unprecedented compassion and reach to our service. Now, oftentimes when you hear someone talk about membership numbers, you will hear us say we are 1.4 million and we're trying to reach 1.5, mission 1.5 as far as members of Lions. But I think it is important that we count the Leos as a part of this number because they are a part of who we are. And if you don't know who Leos are, we will tell you. So there's 1.6 million people around the world that are part of this global family that you have joined. In any nonprofit organization, in any organization that you join, it is important to understand the mission. It is important to, if you can, try and memorize as much of this as possible. Our mission as Lions is to empower Lions Club's volunteers and partners to improve health and well-being, to strengthen communities and support those in need through humanitarian services and grants that impact lives globally and encourage peace and international understanding. Now, it's a long sentence, but if you're ever out in the community and someone asks you who are Lions, and you can even remember just a small part of that, you will have done a great service to both the association and your local club and district by being able to say, we are improving health and well-being. We are strengthening communities. So that is our mission as we serve as Lions International. It is a new mission statement that has combined the mission statement of Lions Clubs International as well as Lions Clubs International Foundation. We have combined them too as we move forward into this next century of service. Our vision is to be the global leader in community and humanitarian service. I think it's important to begin with some images and a video that puts that into context.
We are Lions International, one association of global volunteers, one foundation for humanitarian grants, shaping the future, one act of kindness at a time. In neighborhoods, in communities, across borders, continents, and oceans, locally and globally, Lions International is on a mission to improve health and well-being, to strengthen communities, to support those in need. This movement matters because the challenges facing our world are real. Through the power of service and generosity, we can change the course of history. We are Lions International, serving a world in need.
That's a 60-second commercial that just sums it up and nails it, right? This is who we are. We are serving a world in need through acts of compassion and service. We're making this world of difference. And one community at a time, we are addressing those needs. And when we work together as both a club, as a district, as a multiple district, and then as a global association, we can achieve bigger goals. And it's always important to remember that you are a part of this worldwide family. Lionism does not end at the corner of your town. It spreads all across the world, and this is something that you are a part of by being a member of Lions International. Part of what we do as Lions is also prepare the next generation of volunteers. So LEOs, which stands for Leadership, Experience, and Opportunity, are the younger service club companion to Lions. Within the United States, it's generally between the ages of 12 and 18. Globally, they have what are called a mega Leos, which go up to the age of 35. But the young people are the future of the service of this association. And on day one, when you are orienting a new member, you should tell them about our youth service club, the Leos. Why? Because they might have family members that might want to join. Families that serve together, stay together, and increase our global capacity of service. We have 175,000 Leos and more than 7,000 clubs around the world, and they've been around since 60 years. So Leos are a part of who we are as Lions. Our association is composed of autonomous clubs. The purpose of Lions International is to form clubs comprised of members that will serve their local community. But clubs are solely responsible for managing their operations, finances, service projects, and other issues related to membership and club life. The role of Lions International is to support our clubs and members, not to manage them. And that's a very important thing to remember. Your club, your way is what a saying that you will hear often. And it means that we are autonomous in the way that we serve our communities, but we are part of this interconnected network that is designed to support you. When it comes to your club, it's important to understand how your club is organized, because that's your day-to-day experience of Lionism. While you might be lucky enough to one day attend an international convention and meet an international officer or serve on the multiple district level, the club is where you begin. And club organizations come down to club officers. Now, not every club has all of these roles, but these are some of the roles that your club can have. Your club has a president. And the role of the president, it is one of the greatest honors of my life to have served as a president of my club. And I hope that all of you on day 1 or day 30 or 6 months in as a Lion realize that the world will be a better place if you have the chance to serve as a president, because the president of the Lions Club it's almost like a cheerleader. You are the person who is helping to guide the vision of the club that year. It is so much fun to do. It is not nearly as much work as some people say it is, because if you've got a good club team, you are supported in all that you do. Being club president is so fun, and I encourage you all to ask in your club how you could potentially be on the pathway to help guide your club for a year. You have the immediate past president. That's the person who served as president last year. And oftentimes they play a role in the club. Sometimes it's helping find people who might run for club offices in the future. You have a vice president. And well, my club has 3 vice presidents, first, a second, and a third. But it's up to your club to determine how to set that up. You have a secretary, and the secretary is the person who is responsible for the communications and documenting the service that a club does. A secretary is one of the most important roles of your club, and it's a great thing to be able to do. You learn so much about how everything works, because the information that comes to your club from international, from your district, from your multiple district, it's all filtered through your club secretary. You have your club treasurer, and that is the person that handles the finances of the club. They oftentimes will be the one who helps collect the dues when dues are ready, but they also are the person who handles the books, writes the checks, helps give the donations of monetary value out into the community, and also collect those donations back in. You have a membership chairperson, and that's the person who is ahead of the committee to add new members. And you'll hear I said that very carefully. I said the head of a committee. If done correctly, every member of your club is involved in membership. And the membership chair is just the person who is helping guide that process, and maybe has a little bit of experience in recruitment and can answer questions. You have a marketing communications chairperson. Not every club has one of these, but every club should. Your marketing communications person is a person who helps do the social medias. They write press releases. They actually communicate out to the world and promote what your Lions Club does. The secretary is the role of reporting. The marketing communication chairperson is the role of promoting. And while it's important to report, a report never got a new member. Promoting does. So please consider having a marketing communication chairperson. The service chairperson is the person who helps coordinate the service activities of your club. That doesn't mean they do it alone. Notice all of these titles say chairperson. And that is because ideally many people in the club are involved in these processes. You have the lion tamer. and that's the person who is responsible for maintaining the equipment of the club and the order of greeting people at the meetings and making sure that the banner and the bell are in the right place. If you have those things, right, it's an important role for the conducting of the day-to-day business. And of course, the tail twister is one of the most unique roles. It's the role designed to bring fun into the meeting. That's the core of it. Now, how they do it, it's completely different. Some tell jokes, some, make humorous ways to find members to raise funds for their administrative. It's a whole thing. If you're interested in, being the life of the party at your club meetings, you should definitely consider being the tail twister. It is so much fun as a role to do. Most active clubs have a great tail twister, and that's the reason that they are active and fun, because you have someone whose job it is, whose volunteer role it is to make sure that people have fun. Officers are elected annually every year. Club president appoints a nomination committee, generally in March. The nomination committee selects candidates. The club votes in April. The term begins July 1st. So the Lionistic year runs from July 1st to June 30. July 1st to June 30. So if you are interested in potentially serving in any one of these roles as a new Lion, reach out to your club president and say you would like to be considered for a club officer or director role and put your name in. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new Lion. In fact, many clubs will appreciate the new perspectives coming in. It's a great way to learn more, to get directly involved in the leadership. So as a part of clubs, it's important to know, we serve for the purpose of service, but there are special recognitions and awards that you can receive. These awards below are awards that all Lions can achieve. Now, the membership key is the most important award in all of Lions. It's not the highest ranking, as some might tell you, but it's the most important one, because the membership key is an award that is earned by sponsoring other Lions. You get your first key at 2 members sponsored if they stay in the association for a year and a day. A year and a day. And this is something that we want all Lions. Invite your friends, invite your family. If you're a new Lion, Lionism is so much more fun when it is done with your friends and community. You have chevrons, which are awards that are given for years of service, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, as many years as you serve. There's the member sponsor recognition, which you can get for actually sponsoring members, and then extension awards, in which you are earning by helping form new clubs in your district. People talk about, why should you be a Lion? What are the benefits of being Lion right on day one? Now, you all joined, so you must have seen some sort of benefit, but it's good to consider the larger picture. The benefits of Lions Club membership are numerous. You're a part of a global community for good. You have support tools and resources to enhance your service. There are grants that you can access as a Lion, where your club and your district can apply for grants that can help change lives in your community. You have leadership development opportunities. Some of the best personal and professional development I have ever gotten in my entire life has been through Lions International, whether or not it was an institute on a local level, a club training, or having the opportunity to go to Oak Brook and be there for training for a district governor-elect school. This is something that a lot of people don't realize we have access to. As a new member, ask your sponsor to help you log into your Lion account online and you will need your membership number or the email you gave on your application, and they will allow you to register for an account that has all of these learning and leadership development opportunities listed there under the tab called Learning. There is satisfaction and joy in helping those in need. If you've ever had that moment where you see the smile on the face of someone whose life that you have helped impacted, that is why we do what we do. You have networking opportunities with local and international community leaders. As someone who served as a club president and then a zone chair and then as a district governor, I had the opportunity to sit down with my state senators and my actual governor of my state, and these were opportunities that would never have happened had I not dedicated my life to service through Lions. It's a great opportunity to meet people of all different backgrounds and people who have also dedicated their lives to service. You have friendship and fellowship with service-minded people. I can just look at this video screen and see some of the faces of people who I've met over the course of the last, 6.5 years that I've been a Lion. And they are people who I have literally celebrated fun and service all over the world with. Even though we're all from the East Coast, I went out and had a great dinner with Lion Don Rice Norton in Milan at the International Convention. And here we are, two Lions from the East Coast, one from Boston, Massachusetts area, one from Delaware, and we're in Milan, experiencing a country neither of us probably would have ever been to had it not been for the connection of service. You have the respect and credibility of a Lion. And we are an organization that has been serving since 1917 and has done so much. And there is a degree of respect and credibility that comes from that overall collective service. There's an additional thing I just briefly want to talk about. It's social capital. So social capital is the thing that ties together communities and allows communities to make changes. They talk about capital that you put in the bank, that's the dollars you have, but your social capital, it is about the support and social networks and the engagement that you have in a community. And Lions International is literally the best way I have discovered to build social capital in your community, by dedicating yourself through service. Now, as a new member, if you've gotten this far and they haven't told you about dues, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you about dues, but this should be a conversation on day one. The amount of dues that we pay, it depends on where you are. Your club dues, individual, change. Your district and multiple dues change. The international dues, 43, will soon be 45. Is that correct? Yes. And so all of those combined are what your dues are. Why do we pay dues? That's one of the questions I get asked all the time by prospective members or new members. We pay dues because we're an all volunteer organization. And so no one, from the person who just joined 6 months ago all the way to the international president, is taking a salary. And so we have an administrative organization that is Lions International that helps support volunteers around the world that has to operate. They operate from our dues funds. Paying dues also allows us to ensure that every dollar that comes in as a donation to our international foundation, 100% of that dollar goes back out into the community. Your dues also provide you with a $1 million plus limited liability insurance policy, which covers you while you're volunteering. It allows your club to hold events out in the public. And then, if you're ever at a venue that asks for, we need an insurance policy, you can actually, go online, print one out, and be able to submit it and serve because you pay those dues. When it comes to funds, it's important to recognize your club, your district, and all the way up. There are two budgets that you have. One is your activity budgets, and that's your budget for service project. Every dollar that is received as a donation has to go back out into the community. So that means you have to have a separate account which those funds are in. So if you have an administrative cost, say Lion Winster wants to get name badges for every new member, we cannot use the dollars from the community to pay for those name badges. So we have to have a separate account, and that's the administrative budget. And the funds that go into there are like your club dues. On a district level, your district dues. We put those aside. Administrative budget funds are funds that are raised directly from other Lions or are donated with the very specific purpose of going into that fund. Talking about the service projects, this is an extremely important part to understand that you have a choice. You can help decide what the service projects your club does. And it is important for new members to understand that you choose projects that are relevant to your community needs. Now, you may have joined a club that has been serving for 80 years and they have the very set service projects that they do. And that's okay because they've known what the needs in that community are. But do not let that silence your voice. If you think that there's a good need in the community as a new member, it's important. My club has a don't say no policy when it comes to new members, that if they come up with a service idea, we listen to it and we will attempt to do it. Now, we won't do it for them. They'll have to help lead the project. And that doesn't mean we'll do it again if it doesn't work. If it's physically possible to do it, we try it, because that's what service is about. In doing that, it's important to partner with local organizations to help meet the needs of the community and promote your service project in the community through local media needs, and be creative and think outside the box. Make your project family friendly and partner with other Lions clubs if possible. Now, when they tell you what do Lions do, they often say we have these 5 global service areas. And those are great as starting points. It's important to recognize Lions can serve and meet any humanitarian need. And since it's your club, find what your passion is and work with your club members to help serve in that way. And I want to go to district and multiple because we've talked about the club level. Let's look at the next level in the hierarchy. So there are about 750 districts with 35 or more clubs and at least 1,250 members in each district. So a district is composed of many clubs, and each district has a district governor who is the administrative leader of that district. Multiple districts are formed by 2 or more districts within a territory. So, for instance, multiple district 16 is New Jersey, and there are 3 different districts in New Jersey. Is that correct, Winster? Yes, three districts, and they are dividing up territorially speaking, right? I'm a part of multiple district 22. There are 5 districts that includes Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Delaware. So multiple districts are a larger collection. The district leadership has the district governor, which is like the club president of the district. So he works or she works to help facilitate throughout all of the different service projects and coordinate the things in the districts. You have a first vice district governor, a second vice district governor. You have the cabinet secretary and treasurer who do very similar roles as a club level, except it is for the multiple. You have zone chairpersons, which are people who help coordinate multiple clubs. And of course, you have the Council of Governors. That's on the multiple district level. So every district in a multiple district has a Council of Governor, and they'll come together under the leadership of someone called a council chair, who helps guide and administrate the service of those governors. In every district, we have what is known as the Global Action Team. And this is where we get into the alphabet soup. And it's okay if you don't know all of these acronyms or learn all of these acronyms. I'm still learning them. But you have the Global Action Team leader, which is the district governor. You have the membership, you have the leadership, you have the service, and then extension, which is helping build new clubs. So the leadership, your GLT, Global Leadership Team coordinator, is the person who helps put together trainings like this within your district. When it comes to districts, districts have district conventions. They are held to develop fellowship among the Lions of the district, conduct general district business, elect district governor and other district elected officers, and conduct seminars. So every district has a different way of doing their convention. I suggest you reach out to your club leadership and ask when your district convention is. It is a great way to meet the other people who are serving in your community. Now, on an international level, it's important to know just a little bit of history. In 1917, Melvin Jones founded Lions Clubs International. In 1920, we became international with the first Canadian club. Interestingly enough, the third club was 1926, and that was China. China was the third nation. And in 1925, Helen Keller challenged Lions to become Knights of the Blind in the crusade against darkness. And that's when we started vision screening and began to develop things like the white cane. In 1945, Lions International helped draft the United Nations Charter. We were the first NGO to sign on to the United Nations. In 1957, the LEO program was created, and I talked about that earlier. In 1968, the Lions Clubs International Foundation was established, and that is the section of our international association that handles the international donations and grants. In 1987, LCI became the first service club organization to admit women as members for the second time. Women were actually allowed to be members of Lions in 1917. We got it right, and then it took us 70 years to get it right again, but we were the first to do both. In 1990, Sight First, which is a big program fundraiser to help vision screening around the world and vision around the world, started. And today, our international network has grown to include more than 200 countries and geographic areas. The official name is actually the International Association of Lions Clubs. And the lion logo consists of a gold L on a blue field surrounded by a gold circle. And on each side is the profile of a lion's head, one looking back upon our incredible past of all the things that we've done. And the other one is looking towards the future of what you are going to do as a lion for your community, your club, and the world. We have international officers. It goes all the way up the chain, district governor, and above that is the international officers. Our international president is Dr. Patty Hill from Canada. We have Fabrizio Oliveira, who's our first vice president from Brazil, all the way down the line. Our second vice president, AP Singh, is from India. Our third vice president, Mark Lyon, is from Connecticut. And our immediate past international president, Brian Sheehan, is from Bird Island. The International Board of Directors is the governing body of the association. There are 34 members of that. They're international directors elected from around the world, along with board appointees that the president has appointed to the board for that year. And we have the International Constitution and bylaws, which govern the operations of the association and establish the rules by which the association is designed to function. It is something that is worthwhile downloading, having access to, and checking every once in a while. It's good to at least know some of the overall rules of our association. International, we have conventions, and the next one's going to be in Melbourne, Australia, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I hope to see some of you there. Mexico City, And then we have 2 back-to-back in Atlanta and then in Washington, D.C. So we hope to see you at an international convention. As a new Lion, my life was changed the moment I went to my first international convention. I was 3 months in as a Lion, and I happened to be lucky enough to go to the Centennial Convention in 2017 in Chicago. And it was a transformative experience. I truly recommend to every Lion to go to at least one international convention. Melbourne might be a long way away, but you've got no excuse not going to Atlanta or Washington, D.C. Our headquarters is located in Oak Brook, Illinois. We have 275 staff members in 11 divisions. Everything from information technology, leadership development, marketing, membership, the whole list of what people do working for Lions to support us is truly incredible. And when you get the chance to meet a staff member, thank them for what they do, because they are always constantly helping support our service. Now, our foundation, something I'm very passionate about, and I think it's something that every Lions should take some time to really get to know, because it's through our foundation that you can apply for grants to help your community. When a disaster strikes in your community, Lions Clubs International Foundation will have a grant, emergency response grant in your community, $10,000 within less than 48 hours after your district governor applying for it. You know, this is such an important thing, and there's no one better to talk about it than our immediate past international president, LCIF chairperson, Lion Brian Sheehan, who has recorded a special message for you today.
Hello, Lions. This year, it is my sincere pleasure and a great honor to serve as chairperson of our global foundation, Lions Clubs International Foundation, or LCIF. I am so excited to work together with all of you as we share the important role that LCIF has in our service to communities worldwide. As Lions, we serve whenever and wherever we are needed. LCIF empowers service through grants and programs. And Lions and Leo's projects funded with LCIF grants expand that service beyond what any Lion, club, or district could do alone. Together, we are improving health and well-being, strengthening communities, and supporting people in need. LCIF grants and programs ensure long-lasting change, bringing help and hope to those who need it the most. Together, we're fighting diabetes, preventable blindness, childhood cancer, and so much more. We're feeding the hungry, responding to natural disasters, and empowering young people for success and protecting our environment. Lori and I have had the opportunity to see service projects throughout the world. We've been to Kenya and we planted a lion's forest of trees, of millions of trees. We went to container and tent cities in Turkey and saw the devastation that was there and how we can help. We've been to hunger projects in India and provided for those that really needed some help. I wish that every single member of our organization could see firsthand what our foundation does, what Lions can do because of LCIF. Through the impact that we create together, we truly make a difference in people's lives. It's because of this impact made possible through our foundation each and every day that I give to LCIF. You know, we were on a service project a while back and we invited people, not even Lions, just additional people to help us serve. We inducted them as new members, and not only that, but they reached into their own pockets when they saw the wonderful things that we continue to do. They reached into their own pocket and they gave as well. I give because I know 100% of my donations benefits LCIF grants and programs. Every dollar I donate is used to help people in the world who need it the most. We can do so much with our donations we receive from Lions around the world. It's only through your support that LCIF can continue to award these life-changing grants and programs. I encourage every Lion to donate to LCIF at whatever level you can. Every donation makes a difference and helps fund our work together. Thank you for your continued support of our global foundation. Together, we are making a great day for so many people. You guys are awesome.
It is one of those things where you can talk about the facts and all of what we do, more than $1 billion of grants given out. But when you hear the passion in someone's voice, especially from someone like our chairperson, you can truly understand the impact that it has upon the world. We have given over, just in the United States, $120 million in disaster relief funding. In this Area 1F, Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Ida, I can list down the line of the times our communities have been impacted and LCIF has helped out. It gives, Lions International also gives you the opportunity to do these leadership and professional developments and check online for these. These are great. And honestly, when you first start out as a Lion, thinking that one day you might be doing a faculty development institute seems like a far way away. But you know what? We need more people learning this and teaching others, especially if you have a background as a teacher or a presenter. This is something that you should consider. We need more great trainers here in Lions. So membership development is important. And it's something that we all are working on as a part of Mission 1.5. You're going to hear that a lot over the next 3 years. So it's important to recognize that there are different types of membership statuses. You have student members that have half dues until the age of 35. You have Leo to Lion, which becomes a Leo Lion. There are all of these different opportunities and ways to serve within this association. There are communications that go out, and this is a really important thing. And Winster, if in an email about this, you can actually send the links here, because a lot of people follow Lions on Facebook, but not a lot of people actually subscribe to Lions International on YouTube. And YouTube is actually one of the best ways to get information into our community, because they're powerful, dynamic videos that are easily shareable. So please, tune in, turn on the information about Lions and share it with your friends and family. In closing, it is important to remember that service is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And Lions are the greatest tenants on this planet. I want to play you a final video to sum everything up of what I've said, and then we'll end and go to questions.
This isn't just our home. This is where we are called to serve. And that call always begins with a roar. Amplified across communities. 1.4 million Lions answering the call across 8 global causes. Empowering your service with every donation and every hour committed. Fighting diabetes in 36 countries. Bringing hope to families facing childhood cancer. Helping 488 million see their world again. Providing comfort and aid when disaster strikes. Building our future through mentoring the youth of our communities. Then suddenly, our call to serve became deafening. Within 90 days, the pandemic locked down 1.3 billion people globally. And that was just the beginning. Multiple wildfires in the United States, a devastating explosion in the heart of Beirut, punishing floods in Japan, an earthquake rocking Croatia, unrelenting bushfires in Australia, massive storms and devastating flooding in India, destructive hurricanes ravaging Central America. It's difficult to imagine anything more powerful than a pandemic, intensified by wildfires, hurricanes, typhoons, and earthquakes. But there is. 48,000 clubs worldwide magnifying their service like never before. Lions, united to take on the challenges posed by multiple threats through grants, fundraisers, and their fearless service. Lions Clubs International Foundation awarded more than $5 million in COVID-19 frontline relief grants to Lions to purchase personal protective equipment for frontline workers, slowing the spread of the pandemic. Online, Lions and Leos came together to show their support in a myriad of ways, from sing-alongs to telethons to virtual fundraisers that grew in popularity worldwide, inspiring members from Indonesia to Italy. Despite the endless challenges the world faced in 2020, Lions never stopped serving, and they served safely, putting those funds and goodwill to good use to create real impact when help was needed most. As we regain momentum in 2021, there's no limit to where we can go, how we can serve, and the kindness we can create. We are your foundation. Who determines the foundation's impact? You. As citizens of the world, the amount you contribute determines how far your donations can go. Campaign 100 will magnify Lions service throughout the world. Lions Clubs International Foundation, LCIF, is your foundation. The number of grants you request determines the number of projects that can be completed. Together, we can respond quickly for a powerful impact. The power is in your hands. Your donations, your service, your leadership, all help bring peace, prosperity, and understanding to the world like no other organization can. We are Lions.
Who are Lions? We are changing the world. Thank you very much for your time and attention. And Winster, back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Lion Daniel. Great presentation. We have a couple minutes for any questions that new members might want to ask. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or unmute yourself. And also, I made a mistake when I sent the presentation to Lion Daniel on the dues. Dues are 46. I made that typo. It's not Daniel's fault. It's my fault because I forgot to switch it on the registration presentation. And just to finish in a high note, I have a quick video that I would like to share. It's an oldie, but it is a great video. So with this, we're going to end up our new member orientation, the first for this year. And hopefully we will have a few more. The goal is to have 3 this year. So again, thank you for everyone to join us. Lion Daniel, again, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And everybody, have a great evening. And let's watch the last video.
Thanks, Laurie. This year, let's make the projects that we love even bigger. And let's make them even better. We know that no one serves like a Lion. Sometimes we've got to be willing to shake things up and think outside the box. Lions, can we accomplish whatever we set our minds to? Together!